Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Welcome back to my channel and my bun. It's hot out, so I'm not even gonna chance it, but today I'm finally gonna get to show you all of the goodies, well, just about all of the goodies that I've picked up recently, the past few weeks, maybe month. It doesn't look like a lot, but when you think of how much it costs, then it's like that's money. But surprisingly enough, a lot of really good finds, things that I've been thoroughly enjoying, and so I wanted to share them with you. So if you're interested in my new pickups and my thoughts on them so far, I hope you decide to stay tuned. We're gonna get straight into it. Let's start off with brushes. These are my two newest acquisitions, if you will. These are the unit brushes from their orange series, and these brushes are Morphe prices, but they're so much better quality. They feel expensive, they blend amazing. I've been loving these brushes so much. So if you're interested, check out Beautylish. That's where you can get these brushes, and you can see like the prices are really spot on. Now moving on to some more expensive brushes. These are some of the Rephr brushes that I picked up. So far, I think I've picked up 2 different sets and then 2 separate individual brushes. I'm still trying to get used to them. They are a bit stiffer. I find the base of the bristles are pretty tightly packed, and so it doesn't have a lot of movement and give. But the brush quality itself is really good. I think it's only the number 15, which is a larger crease brush. That's the only one that I'm kind of like, I don't really like you. Everything else though is pretty good, especially this large pencil brush. I have been really favoring this one as opposed to some of my other pencil brushes. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I have it in the shade medium 4. I'm used to the Wonder Glow, which is a squeezy tube, but this has sort of been on the up and up. It's very popular. It has a doe foot applicator, and for me it pretty much does the same thing. I think I just have a better shade for my complexion. The Wonder Glow leans a little bit more pink champagne, where I feel this is a bit more golden, and so it's more complementary to my complexion. But as far as its purpose as a luminizer, I feel like it does the same thing. So I'm glad that I have this because I'm almost out of my Wonder Glow. I've done a wear test actually on these 2 products. If you haven't checked it out already, this is the, I almost said Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Concealer, and I have it in LM13, LM standing for light medium. And then I have this powder here, which is called the Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Blurring Under Eye Powder, and this is in the shade medium. The combination of these 2 products together under my eyes has been like miraculous. I don't know how I've been without it, because it really hasn't been budging or transferring, which is a very big deal with me. I sweat a lot, I have oily skin, and so to have something that strong and that reliable is pretty unheard of for me. So I'm really happy that I picked those up, because I really was just buying it on a whim. For foundation, I did end up picking up the Fenty Beauty Eaze Drop Blurring Skin Tint. I have the shade number 10, this one here, and this is what I have on my skin. Looking at it in this container, it looks way too light. Putting it on my skin, I was like, this is a little dark. So shade number 10 matches my forehead, the outer perimeters of my face, but when it comes to the center of my face, it's just a smidge dark. But since it is like a tinted moisturizer basically, or tinted foundation, you can't really tell a difference. But I find that this has a bit more coverage than some of the other makeup products or foundations that are of the same type. For example, Face and Body, this definitely has more coverage. I don't know if I would compare it to the It Cosmetics CC cream that feels a bit more balmy, where this is more liquid. But if you've used Face and Body or foundations that are similar to it, this is pretty similar in the formulation, but it does have more pigment. So I've done a comparison video for these 2 products. I didn't realize just quite how expensive these 2 were, but I'm going to start off with the Charlotte Tilbury Nudegasm Face Palette. This has 2 sculpting products down here, and then a blush and a highlighter. I have been loving this. I feel like this color combo is a lot more summery. So if you pick this up, don't feel like it's just for the holiday season because it's released at this time. This most definitely has a summer feel and I've been enjoying it. These two products down here are matte and these two up here are shimmers, and they are gorgeous together. I suggest you check out that comparison video. I go a little bit more in depth there. And then this is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Universe Unlocked palette. This has 5 products altogether. So we have an ambient lighting powder, 2 blushes, a bronzer, and a highlighter. But this palette as well has been awesome. It's actually what I have on my face, everything in here. I use this as a sort of like finishing dust all over the skin. I used both of these blushes for what I have on today, this bronzer, this highlighter. All the powders on my skin came from this palette and it's gorgeous. I've been loving these 2 palettes that I've sort of been neglecting, all of like my blushes and my bronzers and my single highlighters. Eventually I'll go back to them, but that's how much I've been enjoying these 2. So if you look a few videos back, you can find the comparison video where I go a bit more in depth with these products. Let's get to some eyeshadows. I don't have that many, but they also was expensive. First off, I'm going to start off with this NARS Tinted Smudge Proof Eyeshadow Base. This is in the shade Medium. I have been loving this product. I find that I was always skeptical of eyeshadow primers because quite honestly, concealers work just fine for me, and I still think that holds true right now. But what I find is the benefit of this product is that it's very thin, and so I don't have a whole bunch of product on my eyes. And when I apply it, it goes on creamy. There's a bit of tint to it, so it gets rid of that discoloration, but also it dries down matte, which is something that I can't quite do with a concealer. I have to set it, whereas with this product I can put it on my eyes, rub it around, it gets matte, and then I can go straight in with eyeshadow. There's no need to set it. I think I'm converted to eyeshadow primers, but maybe I'm just more converted to this for now. If you know of something that is exactly like this formulation but is cheaper, let me know, because good God, this stuff is expensive. All right, so I have 4 eyeshadow palettes for you. One I don't have with me just yet. I did purchase it, but it's with my bestie in Hawaii, and she's gonna be shipping that to me, I believe, this week. But I did pick up the Charlotte Tilbury Smoky Eyes. It's the eyes of your heart. I don't know what the hell it's called, but the holiday palette for this year. I did pick that up and I'm quite excited to get my hands on it. But if you watch my videos, then you know I've done a 9 looks. I almost set 10, but I forgot that my eyes and my sinuses were not having it that day. But I do have a 9 looks, 1 palette using the Natasha Denona Biba palette. This is beautiful. I have no regrets of it so far. They are creamy, they are buttery. I get the hype behind them. I think that my first go at Natasha Denona didn't really give it justice, but that's on me for picking the wrong palette. And I don't know about you guys, but there's this certain feeling that I get when a matte, especially a matte, goes on like buttery creamy on the eyes. Just get this excitement, and that's what this does for me. And then we have the Viseart Minxette. I don't know how to pronounce this other word. I always say Etendu, but I bet that's wrong. Anyways, this is what the palette looks like. I've been using it quite a bit, most especially off camera. It's very warm, it's very fall, and most especially a color story that I really enjoy. And I don't know about you guys, because I'm quite new to the Viseart brand, but this stuff, like their formula, so good. Mattes, shimmers, satins, all of them, they're just amazing. Dare I say, I actually like the Viseart formula more than I like the Natasha Denona formula. Now I only have 2 palettes of each to compare them to, but so far I really like the formulation that I've been getting with these Viseart palettes. The way they blend, man. I even did a little bit of ASMR with you with that tongue clicking. To be honest, I think their downfall is their color story selection. Like whenever they have a palette, it doesn't pull me in, but the formulation is just like out of this world. I'm so obsessed with it currently. It's so good. It's so good. My newest acquisition that I have physically with me is this bad boy. Is it upside down? Sure is. This bad boy here. I don't know if it's my last video or 2 videos ago that I posted my 7 looks 1 palette using the Pat McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. I go on about what the packaging is like, my views on the color story, so on and so forth. This is what I have on my eyeballs today. Yes, I went there with it. All I'm gonna say is, if you've ever wanted to try Pat McGrath and you feel like, man, that Mothership palette or those quads are just too expensive, these are the ones that you should try and go for. I don't know when her next sale is gonna be, but if she puts this on sale, you're gonna get an even bigger discount. I got 10% off when I purchased this, so it ended up coming to $70.20, which is still a lot, but for 18 shades and to try her formulation, it really is a steal. And sometimes during the holiday season, she'll go upwards of 30% off, so hopefully it'll still be in stock and some of you guys can pick it up with a much larger discount, but I've been really enjoying it. You guys know I love my Celestial Divinity, which was her release from the previous holiday, and this one is no different. I think the Celestial Divinity is more of my color story, but I still get the excitement of having all of these different options to kind of be creative with. And for the last product, I promise guys, it's the last. This is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Shaping Stick in the shade Medium. Ooh, I opened the other side. This is what the shade looks like. I have been using this the past 4 days, I want to say. I like it. I really like this stuff. I love the convenience of this stick because I can just draw it on. But can we just talk about this brush? I have heard many bad things about this brush. Why y'all ragging on it? It's good. Anytime I've used the product, I've only used this brush. So I have it on today. That's what I use. This little brush right here, and it works just fine. It's not streaky. I think some people may have been doing like this business, but if you tap and kind of lightly like feather out, it works just fine. It doesn't move my foundation or anything. So this product, good. I also love his powder formulation of his bronzer, perfection. Thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. I hope you enjoy these products, and let me know if you would like me to do any future videos using them. Help me out guys, I'm running out of video ideas. If you guys are interested in this makeup look, be sure to check me out on Instagram. That is where I post all of my makeup looks along with all the products in the caption. Till the next video, I hope you all are doing well, taking great care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye guys.